Hey, Tube, Jonathan's wrong here, Truth and Budget. So, just something real quick that I thought was funny. Shows how out of touch I am with the world. So, they're apparently making a live action, because that's what they're doing. They're taking cartoons and they're making them stupid. Because the whole reason why you have a cartoon is because you're doing things that you can't do in a live action movie. So you water them down and make them into a live action movie that's, boring and stuff. But anyway, blah blah blah. So they're making a live action Snow White. Now, there's I guess Peter Dinklage was all like, oh, derp derp derp. Now I thought the issue people had was the fact that Snow White is being played by like a Mexican girl or something. Now you might be thinking, oh, John, that's racist. Well, the character's name is Snow White because her skin is white as snow, meaning the person playing her should be white. That's not a racism thing. That's the character. You can't do this subversion thing, willy nilly. The character's name Snow White. So I'm also convinced that Peter Dinklage is stupid. Because whenever I've heard him do an interview or anything, he doesn't, you've heard me say this before. People are fooled by a British accent. They hear a British accent, and they just automatically think that they're speaking on, they're very well spoken and articulate. Blah 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 blah. No, it's just an accent. But I'm convinced he's stupid. But his problem with the whole remake is that he's concerned that they're going to cast dwarves for the dwarves, not knowing that in the story Snow White and the Seven Dwarves, they're like fantasy dwarves, like elves and goblins and fairies and stuff. I think Peter Dinklage might actually think the movie's about human beings with dwarfism. Like I've read, it keeps coming up in my news feed, and at first I thought he was like, oh, whatever, had cast a Mexican girl as Snow White, who cares, do it, what a blah ha ha, F it, everything's dumb. No, he thought that was a good thing. Casting a Mexican girl to play Snow White's a good thing. The bad thing would be casting dwarves to play the dwarves, because that's a step backwards. Because there's so many acting roles for people with dwarfism in Hollywood, so many roles for those people. It's like, all right, so when you go back to the 70s and the exploitation films and stuff, people are like, oh, that stuff was racist, blah 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 blah. Without the exploitation films, black people were not getting jobs in Hollywood. It's the same thing as Filipinos playing Native Americans, because there's a lot of Filipinos in California. They wouldn't have gotten those roles, without racism. Black actors would not have gotten their starts without those exploitation films, because there wasn't any roles for them. And there's not a lot of roles for people with dwarfism. Why you want to take away from roles for for people with dwarfism there, Peter Dinklage? There could only be one famous dwarf. But anyway, so Peter Dinklage, which, like I said, I'm convinced he's a stupid person. Anytime I've heard him do an interview, I'm like, this guy's kind of dumb. This guy's kind of thick. He speaks like he went to school, but everything he says isn't very intelligent. If you remove the accent and made him normal sized, you'd be like, this guy's stupid. But since he's a handsome British little person, you're like, oh, let's shower him with compliments. But anyway, yeah, it's like there's not a lot of roles for these people anyway. I don't want to use the word pity because that's insulting, but it's rough. I feel bad for little people. It's rough. I'm 5'9" and I feel short. I don't like when people are like tall dudes get all like I'm 4 inches taller than you, and it's like, yeah, and I'm a foot wider than you. Like, what are you gonna do about it? You could curl up in a ball and fit your entire body on my back, you know. But anyway, see how I get a little, you know. So I personally have a soft spot for little people. Being a man who's only 5'9" myself, you know, which is, you know, average height, I guess. But you wouldn't know it, and you know. I'm definitely not, you know, I don't know. I have a weird, like, between my hair and my build, people always assume I'm taller than I actually am, too. Unless I'm far away, then because of my broadness, I look, I'm like a 5 feet tall. Blah, blah, blah. Anyway, it's just it's just stupid. It's, he's kind of being a hypocrite, being like, you know, like, oh, you know, he gets to pick and choose what roles dwarfs, you know, people with dwarfism get to play. And like I said, it's like he doesn't understand that the movie is about fantasy. Like, those aren't human dwarves that were cast out of society and can only work in mines. Fantasy dwarves like working in mines. It's what they do. They go into mountains and they dig for gems and gold and stuff. That's part of being a dwarf. If you know, between Tolkien and everything else, that's what dwarves do, and that's all based on mythology, and that's what the mythology dwarves did also. I'm so sorry. That was nice, wasn't it? I was trying to hold it back, but it was brewing back here and just moving its way forward. Weird time to lag. Did it lag for you too? It lagged for me. But anyway, I'm lagging again. Like I said, I'm pretty sure Peter Dinklage is stupid. More roles for dwarves. Dwarves should get roles. Peter Dinklage shouldn't be speaking for them. He's a stupid person. He's a handsome actor. No handsome actor is going to be intelligent. You know, like what? How could they be? You don't. That's not the skill set. When you're good looking, people just give stuff to you. Like, you don't have to work for it. So you're not going to be smart. The chances are, if you're well-to-do, you know, you're popular and you're good looking, you don't have to work as hard for things that are, you know, whereas people who are not good looking or awkward or, you know, have some sort of you know, problem or whatever, have to compensate and be crafty and be intelligent, think ahead, you know, take care of themselves, be self-reliant, because they know they can't just, you know, flash their boobs and get someone to fix their car for them, which does not make you a strong, independent woman. We've been through this. We've been through a few things. I've been talking at you guys for years now, right? Gosh, it's been almost 5 years I've been on here now. Do you believe that? I should be at about 100,000 subscribers now, right? Anyway, it's about it. It's dumb. Everything's dumb. The Disney Corporation's just buying everything and making it dumb, making it worse. What's with all the live action things? I know you're out of ideas, but they suck. It sucks. No one wants it. You know, who's the audience? No one wants it. That's about it. More roles for dwarves. Peter Dinklage is an idiot. If a character is named Snow White, they should be a white person. That's not racism. It's just you know, if someone's playing, you know, like a Nubian princess, she's gonna be black, right? She's not gonna be, you know, definitely won't be Asian. Can't be white. That'd be racist. But see what I'm going? You can't have a iconic character, you know, like Goldilocks. You have Goldilocks not have blonde hair. You know, her name is Goldilocks because she has golden locks of hair. You know, are you gonna subvert our expectations on that one too? Anyway, I'm getting close to 10 minutes, and this is kind of a rambling nothing burger of a video anyway, so I don't want to get cut off. It's just so dumb. It's so dumb. I thought, you know, when I first read, you know, I saw the articles, you know, I was like, oh, you know, yeah, that's dumb. And then I actually read it, and I'm like, oh, he's for the Mexican Snow White. He's against the dwarves playing dwarves because he thinks the dwarves in Snow White are human dwarves because he's a stupid person. That's about it. Love you guys. Have a beautiful day and God bless you.